NFL draft is over. Everybody that is anybody found a home. And I'm excited to see just how successful the Sooners have been. If you checked out the other video I made, I talked about how the Oklahoma Sooners are one of 3 programs to have at least 3 players drafted for over 20 years straight, right? One of 3 programs to do that. It's huge, right? We were the only one that had 4. That streak was broken this year because, honestly, a lot of the guys that were definitely going to get drafted did not go, and we had a few guys slip out of it. But it's okay. So this video, we're going to jump into where Sooners are headed in the league, and I'm going to tell y'all how I feel about the fit there at said program. So let's see what it looks like. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. All right. Let's talk NFL draft. And of course, we've got to lead off with the guy that went first round that y'all need to be knowing about. Let's take a look at this. All right, first on the list, of course, you got your boy Tyler Guyton. He goes first round, number 29 to the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's a fantastic pick. Tyler Guyton, it was the sleeper guy. I talked about him when he got drafted. There's another video on that you can check out on the channel. I was stoked about where he went. Oh, because I knew that not only did the Cowboys need an offensive tackle like him, but that you put him at the right place, he's going to be successful. And if there's one thing the Cowboys have done very well, is draft offensive linemen and develop them into some monsters, right? They have been very successful with that, and that's one thing I would never knock Jerry Jones for. So other things I can knock Jerry Jones for, but that's not one thing. Guyton got himself there at Dallas. I love it. I think it's an A-plus pickup, and he's probably going to start out there and do very well. And that's all that matters. And so right after him was the next offensive lineman that came off the board. You have our guy, Walter Rouse, came in as a transfer from Stanford. We flipped him from Nebraska, which is actually pretty darn good. And he recognized that coming here was going to give him an opportunity to get drafted. Now, dude's a super smart guy. He could be a freaking neurosurgeon or whatever he wants to be. Dude's very, 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 very smart. But he decided the NFL was a place for him. Now, I wonder. Now, he got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, 6th round, 177th, which gives us something to brag about, being that we have back-to-back seasons where our left and right tackles both got drafted. Not too many people can say that, but that's back-to-back years. And just the fact that we've got dudes that are that old, that keep pairs, keep leaving us. Oh, man, it hurts. But Bill Beatonbow does what he does best. But the funny thing about him, I give this pick here for the Vikings. I think the Vikings would be, I'd say it's an A. I'll give it a solid A with this because Minnesota has done well with Sooners. You know, Phil Loadhall was there, right? They've done well with Sooners there, and I think that Rouse will be able to develop into something special. Now, the funny thing is that being as smart as he is, it makes me think about Josh Jacobs when he went there this past season and was back up to Kirk Cousins when he got hurt and played. You know, didn't really know nobody, was out there just trying to figure it out, and how unimpressed his parents looked watching him play football. It's like the funniest thing in the world. It's like, they're just like, son, go back to NASA. We prefer you doing that. Why are you doing this barbaric game? It's just funny just thinking about that. And I wonder if Rouse's parents are probably thinking the same, like, son, go be a neurosurgeon, do something big, and you're going to play football. I just think it's hilarious, personally. Inside joke there. But that's back-to-back left and right tackles going in the same draft. Can't beat that. That's back-to-back years. All right, so next up, you had our guy, Jonah Laulu, our third guy drafted, 7th round to the Indianapolis Colts. I think that this is a solid B. I'll give this a B. I have to dig more into the Colts defense and what they're doing, but Laulu himself is going to work his butt off. That's the good thing about it is the players that we have brought in, the players that we had, you can tell they're hard workers and they were players that got a lot of people excited, right? And so I'm stoked to see that he got drafted. You know, it makes Todd Bates, look pretty solid for what he's been doing. So shout out to him. I'm glad that he got picked up. And I think he'll do some good stuff at Indianapolis. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure what their defense really looks like right now on a defensive line. Got to dig more into the NFL once free agency's done. Then I can determine what teams are going to actually look like instead of, really the guesswork. So We may do something over the summer. I don't know. But let's look at all the free agency signings. Now, these are some really good ones. I was pretty excited about a lot of these. So first off, let's talk about Austin Stogner, our tight end. He's headed to the Falcons. I was actually listening to Teddy and Gabe over there at the Oklahoma Breakdown, and what was pretty cool is they kind of got into how Gabe went in, looked in depth, and is like, I think Stogner has a chance of playing. He has a chance of getting out there, especially if he does the grunt work, a lot of blocking and all of that. I think Stogner can do that. He is going to the Falcons, though, which, is kind of questionable. They got Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. Cousins is coming off an Achilles injury. And then, of course, but they've got some good skills positions. Drake London, they've got Bijan Robinson. He's long one, but they got some good skills guys. I think it's a solid place for him to go. I mean, I don't know. Drake London is technically a tight end, but he's playing slot. I don't know how they're going to use him. I'm going to have to get this one to see. But let's see if Stogner can overcome what Atlanta be doing. Next up, Rondell Bothroyd. Bothroyd got picked up by the Bills. Now, I really like this pickup. I think this is an A pickup for Bothroyd. I think he's put himself in a situation where he could potentially play early. And Buffalo has done pretty solid on defensive linemen in the league, right? I like seeing Bothroyd there. So it's good to see that he got signed, and he'll be able to go out there and actually compete early. Like Bothroyd there. Next up, Isaiah Coe. It's going to be joining Jonah Laulu up there with the Indianapolis Colts. That's huge. Now, Coe, when he did his pro day, his numbers-wise and measurables, he outdid a lot of the people that actually went to the combine on like the bench press and all of that stuff in measurables. He was one of the top dudes. And, he came on the show and we chopped it up with him about prep and all of that. And he's an awesome guy overall. Love seeing that he's with the Colts. Think that he's going to be a solid one for them. So, Chief Zay, shout out to you. Glad that we was able to get you here from JUCO, and you loved it here in Oklahoma. You're going to make it well in the Colts. McCade Mattower. So, with Bothroyd, I'll give him an A. I'll say Coe, I'll give him a B, because we'll see what that looks like. McCade Mattower, going to the Chiefs? Oh, yeah, baby, that's an A for him. And I think it's a B plus for them. I think Mattower is very scrappy. He's shown his scrappiness. I mean, he tried to fight people for his quarterback and for his teammates. I think that going to the Chiefs is a good place because not only does Andy Reid have an appreciation for Bill Beatonbow players, he loves them. And so this adds him with Creed as well as Wanye Morris. He'll get to play with him, and which, was his teammate last year. I like Mattower there, and I think that he can actually stick. Now, their interior offensive line is actually really good. I've heard a few people talk about them, but I think he can stick. Possibly practice squad, yes. I think he may actually make the final roster as a backup. He's got enough scrappiness and whatnot. And like I said, that pedigree of Bill Beatonbow, it's going to help him a lot there. Then you got Andrew Rame, who made it out there to Carolina Panthers. Now, what I've been told is the Panthers are in desperate need of a center. Bryce Young needs some help. I actually think this may have been a solid pickup. This might be an A. This may be an A pickup, especially for Rame. They need a center. He's played center for some years. I know a few people have stated they wish he would have stuck around for another year or so, but this may actually been a really good pickup for them, right? This could be a sneaky good one. So I'm gonna give it an A minus, but I think it's a sneaky good pickup for where he went and what potential he has there, because they really do need some center help. They need some line help. Period. They got to protect Bryce better. Drake Stoops to the Rams, A plus. Period. What else can you say, right? You got Drake going to the Rams. That's huge. Sean McVay's going to put that boy to work the way he needs to be put to work. Yeah, that's massive for him. And he's going to get the opportunity to actually play, right? I think he makes the final roster just because he has a really good knack of getting open, learning under Cooper Kupp. Whew, he's got a good opportunity. Love Stoops there. Final one we've got a rookie minicamp invite for Reggie Pearson Jr. I'm excited for my boy Reggie, right? And one of the better places to go is the Broncos. They've got a lot of Sooners on their defense. And their defense is actually pretty solid, right? You got Jamar Cain there running the defensive line, and he vouched for getting another Sooner. Having a hammer like him who likes to hit people. So Chris Harris just retired. They're going to start going younger anyway. Yeah, I love that. Nick Benito out there. I love the fact that they picked up Reggie. I think that was a really good pickup for him. A good situation. I'm giving this one a B+. because we got to see if he can make the roster. But I think this is a really good spot for him. It's probably one of the most ideal places for him to go because, again, they do like Sooners, and we've seen some Sooners be successful. So that's all the guys that hit the draft. This is post-draft, where they ended up. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know your thoughts, how y'all feeling, what y'all think about that. Y'all excited about? Who y'all excited about the most? Love to hear from y'all on that. Made it this far, like the content, please hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Love for y'all to join this family, college football fans. Talking OU football, SEC, and college football in general. Having a blast doing it. All right, we got some other videos down the line. You can check them out. We got a few popping up here. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Peace.